I'm the Ninja King, and yeah, as I said, I'm posting once every 3 weeks, once every three days now. So yeah, this is basically me recording the video. So if you're wondering, this is part 2 to what if Deku was sent to Genshin Impact. Let's get started. So as Midori leaves the heaven, he thinks that he needs to take a house here. He finds this new place a little bit more pleasant than back where he was in Mage A, and he remembers it. He still couldn't believe that Bakugo was one of the people who had betrayed him when he almost saved him from becoming half of a skeleton, or even a Chaco. Miller didn't think those people are weak. Also, keynote here, I did. If you're wondering why this part took so long, I was waiting for Dendro to come out and Sumeru, and now we know a lot more things about the Lord. Thank you, Genshin Impact, I guess. So yeah, this is why there's another reason why this part was late. Also because I was kind of catching up to the My Academia manga. And yeah, a lot of shit did happen. Midori didn't start walking. And he didn't think to himself that this place is a lot more calmer than he expected it to be. A lot more nicer than where he was from. And he felt happy. He didn't need to think about the things that were bad or the things about its worst. He just kept moving, while the same metallic bird started to follow him. Wondering where he will go, Midori decides to take a little bit of time to train again. He rushes into the forest again, trying to find any monsters as possible. Seeing there to be villagers, Midori immediately speeds up and attacks one of the villagers with a 20% punch, breaking it and then immediately destroying it. Midori would notice something that happens to all the types of monsters here. They would then start turning to dust and start disappearing. I think, so I guess this happens a lot. As you would then see, the Mawatsols and other villagers just looking at him. As the Mawatsol would then start to charge at him. Midori would then immediately make a swing fix, breaking its axe. Before he then immediately pulls out one for all and then punches its skull out. Midori would then grab them villagers and then slam them to the ground with blazing black whip, using smokescreen to block his attacks so he can just annihilate them. Midori would basically annihilate this camp and then think to himself, well, that was easy. But he wouldn't feel something. His arm is a little bit hurting from that. It was him basically scratching the skulls up then, so that explains what just happened. Midori just thinks to hold back a little bit of his punches before he then gets attacked by something. It would be wolves, as if they try to bite into Midoriya. If you're wondering why animals are attacking him, well, Sumeru just proved that they are hostile animals. So yeah, that's why. As they also try to bite straight into Midoriya's arm, which just cracked one of the skulls as a few other would then come. Things that killing monsters is one thing, but animals is not something he wants to do. Immediately, like Spider-Man, grabbing one of the horses and then swinging up, using his speed to dodge it. As you then see that the pack of wolves, yeah, they were chasing him. And there are things that he's not going to deal with this. So he just decides to go 40% and one for all, maxing out his speed and then dodging the attacks. What the? Sandaroni would then say, looking at the camera, seeing the hyper speed that Midori was on. Her technology could even keep up with him, and that was a shock to her. She has kept up with near light speed people, and this man has night speed powers. Midori would then finally end up feeling like he has just teleported. Meanwhile, a certain edgy animal boy at Leeway is just wondering if his powers were stolen. Midori would then just again throw the dust away and think to himself that this place is way farther from where he was. Midori tries to pull out the map and tries to see where he is right about now, wondering what part of the destination is he at. But he couldn't find anything in the map since he doesn't know where the city is. Well, that was basically a mistake, Midori didn't say, wondering where he is. Midori would start walking in the snow as his footprints can be seen. Avoiding any monster encounter as much as possible. Even though he wants to fight them, he realizes it's better not to. Midori would like to see his metallic arm, as he wonders how it works and what other things does it have. They would obviously see that there is a hole in the middle of it, wondering what that hole is for. Not questioning much of it, Midori continued to cover it up, wondering if he should put on gloves for himself. He covered the middle arm up. I mean, it's almost covered anyways. People won't start asking him questions anyways. Plus, he needs to find a way to return to the doctor to see if his body has some impulses or something like that. There would start smelling the air and start taking a breath of fresh air before he sits down, realizing that the air in here feels familiar but also at the same time different. He couldn't explain why, but it was like he was here before, or his body was feeling the same, even though he never came here, which was odd to say the least. Miru couldn't explain the sensation he felt. He thinks to himself that this entire location is way more different from what he had experienced. Taking another deep breath in, Miru would then start trying to run as fast as possible, trying to find any way of location. Before he sees something, a blue floating mushroom with a big cap-like thing on its head. It's just a fly at Midoriya. Huh. Odd. As he then touches Midoriya. Hi there, Midoriya would then say to the small floating thing. As he would then start floating around it, spinning around Midoriya. Midoriya would then think to himself, I think this thing likes me. Before poking it a little bit more. Midoriya would smile, think that this thing is cute. Hey, do you want a name? Midoriya would then think, say to the blue creature, and it then flies up in joy. As Midoriya would then laugh a little bit before saying, alright. Your head looks like a drum. Bongo head. Midoriya would then say, Shabanga head it is. As Midoriya would then start to walk in the forest and by trees and areas, wondering where can he be. With his new pet, he thinks to find the house as soon as possible so that they can at least rest for the night. Until he hears a voice. Are you lost? Midoriya would then turn to see someone with purple-like hair. Hair with purple eyes. He'll be wearing what seems to be like a white kimono type of thing. But it looks like a man. What are you doing here? The mysterious figure would then say to Midoriya, I'm sorry, I'm kind of lost. The man would then sign with saying, alright, where are you from? Midoriya would then pull out the map before showing him Sandy Road, the city. I see, so you're from that woman's place. The man would then see up into the sky, realizing that it's getting dark. I normally don't invite guests, but you can come and stay at my place. You live here? Midoriya would then say. Yeah, I do. So, come with me. As Midoriya would then start walking with this man, keeping his guard up, not knowing what to do, as they both entered his house. Midoriya would then see that this place is almost empty. You can sleep at the couch if you want to. Hey, what's your name? Oh, me? Name's Scaramouche. Nice to meet you. Scaramouche? Or I think as many other people call me, the Valadier. Valadier? Midoriya would wonder, the Valadier was one of the names of the Harbinger that Del Toro told him. Anyways, what the hell are you doing here? I'm sorry, it's just kind of that I got lost training a bit. Training? Are you a new Fatui soldier? If you are, it's my responsibility to take care of you. So if you're wondering why Scaramouche is like this, it's my belief that after the third betrayal, his heart didn't completely become black and destroyed. I think it was a little bit more experimental with the Fatui over time that made him turn into what he was in the canonicity. So currently has not affected him that much, and it's gonna actually change a lot of things in the Cimarron conquest when we get there. For now, let's just continue this point. And the evidence think that this man is kind of weird. And Scaramouche would then basically look at it. So, you have a pet? Yeah, a mushroom, I see. A hydro one. Interesting. Very interesting. Midori wouldn't see some similarities between him and the doctor, but he decides to swear about his side. Meanwhile, Sandrone would be basically looking through all of her birds and trying to find Midoriya, because she doesn't want to she doesn't want to tell the jester where this new man went. Meanwhile, we switch back to the jester. It seems very interesting that how this boy came here. The jester wouldn't say. Really, a woman wouldn't say. A woman being the Saritsa, obviously. What makes you think this is very interesting? The jester or Pantalone say, the boy is not from any bad, and we know that from the other 4 descendants. What does it make him? The 5th descender? I think so. His powers and unique abilities are not from at all. He's definitely not up to that, and we can definitely check by Irmisol that he was never from here. The fact that we can even connect to Irmisol was something even I did not expect. This boy's arrival here also means something new. What do you mean? He wasn't the only one here, but he was the first. It has been a week since he has been in this place, right? Yes, the Saritsa wouldn't say. Right. I've been seeing more and more new people, and they seem to have possessing the same powers. Some even having things that normal humans shouldn't have, and others having elf hairs like our mayor. Quite an interesting fact, if you ask me, the Saritsa wouldn't say. Who is this boy? And where is he from? I don't know, but it seems like he is very, very interesting to our goals. So this is mark him as a descender. What about the rest? We don't need to mark them. Alright then. Mark him as a descender. The jester wouldn't walk away. Before he goes to wherever the hell and how they mark the descenders. Yeah, I don't know how the hell that happens because lore-wise is not explained. Midoriya would then just decide to stay at Sakamoto's house, falling asleep. As he does, Sakamoto and thinks, I need to tell the jester that is at my house. He says, I don't know what kind of Fatui soldier bullshit they're doing, but I'm not interested in anything. So I wonder how the hell is he gonna contact him. Oh yeah. As he then pulls out a piece of paper and pen and just starts writing a letter. He then puts it out and before giving it to the bird, as he then flies away. The new communication technology better be ready. I'm getting sick of writing letters down. Scaramouche would then think to himself. In fact, Scaramouche hates writing letters. Or actually anything that does have to do with positive. So yeah, let's get on with this. And let's continue for a bit. Mira wouldn't wake up. Before he thinks to himself, I'm hungry. Wouldn't see that there's no food in the table. Odd, Midoriya wouldn't say. Before he... Yes, hey, cats. Midoriya wouldn't catch an apple, as he didn't see Scaramouche bite into it. Here, eat it. Just an apple? This is what I need for the day after all. I only eat apples. Why specifically that? Midoriya wouldn't bite into it before thinking, fuck, it's sour. Why so sour? The sour, the better. I see you're a fan of sour foods. That I am. Want some tea? Scaramouche wouldn't say, giving Midoriya some tea. Yes, I'm taking this information from his, dialogues. Oh, boy. Midoriya didn't... Oh, God. Midoriya thinks to himself, this is definitely ruining my taste buds. Yeah, what do you think? It's way too sour. Scaramouche wouldn't give him some sugar. Here, this will help. Thanks. Before Midoriya says to mix the sugar with the tea. Hey, do you know about coffee? Yes, Scaramouche would say before doing his tea. I don't like them. I can make a pretty bitter one if you want me to. Sure, Midori would start taking it. Do you have any packs? The local store has it in Snaznayo's, so you can get some there. I don't keep a stack or any amount of them with me. I'm not a copy fan after all. Got it, Midori would say. But how the hell do I get there? Give me your map. Midori gives the map to Scaramouche, as it marks a route. Here. This is the route. It leads back to my house just in case you get lost again. Thanks, Midori would think, as he then leaves and started going to town. Finally arriving to the next nearby town. This town is mostly run by the balladeer and his men. So I'm not sure if the foot harbingers run an entire sector in Cesnaya, but since of how powerful they are, I'm gonna guess they do. And if it does get confirmed, I called it. Midori would then start to go as he would then see some unique looking jewelries on them. Some of them would have this. Ignore that, so let's continue. So basically, Wait, what? Basically, I would wonder what the hell these things mean. People are wondering something. He thinks to himself that he will ask Scaramouche later. As he does, he wouldn't go to a nearby shop. Do you have any copy grounds? Midori would then say, I do. The woman would then say before going and grabbing a pack of copy. Do you have any bigger ones? No, sir, this is the biggest we have. Midori would then think, yep. How much? About 20 mora. Midori would then pull out from his mora pouch that Delta gave him and give her as much mora as he needed. Luckily that for some unknown reason the monsters also dropped mora. It made Midori question what the hell these monies are made out of. The woman would then take it before giving Midori up. He asks Midori and goes back to Scar's house. Unknowingly, one of the birds that was upside down spotted him and started following him and followed him to Scar's house. As Sandarone would wonder, so he met him. That's quite of an interesting part. As Midori would then open the door of Scaramouche. I bought a copy. Good, I'll be looking forward to eating it. Drinking it, that is. She didn't say. No problem. Midori would then say before. Now then start mixing it. After mixing it for a bit, Midori would then finish it, giving one to Scaramouche. The copy that he has would be pretty black and dark. It's bitter. A lot. Not even a single ounce of sugar was used in it. Scaramouche would then look at Midori's, which seems a lot more lighter. I'm gonna guess you prefer sweet more than you prefer bitterness. I made a latte instead. So, as the both would then start drinking it. This tastes pretty damn good. Scaramouche would then think. I think I like coffee now. As a fan of coffee, I'd say coffee's one of the best. Thanks. As they would then start drinking it, before they hear a knock at the door, they'll go and get it. Before he opens it, seeing a face that he wished he didn't see. What the hell are you doing? Yes. Seeing the blonde woman. What are you doing here? Okay, so here's something I want to say. I kind of accidentally wrote blonde woman in there. It was not meant to. So here's a correction. A red-haired man would then come in, and a face would be like a mask on the side, as he would be wearing what used to be a winter-like coat. Come on, couldn't I visit one of the fellow Harbingers? Fellow Harbingers, my ass. What are you doing here, Ajax? Oh, you're calling me by my real name? Not even call me by the other names I have? Totally and Sal sounds soundless. We're not in any meeting that I need to call you by those fake names. Whatever, Valadier. And who's he? Said Aglia wouldn't point at Midoriya. Oh, that's my new roommate. Roommate? You have roommates now? Don't make me laugh. Whatever. What are you here for? For a fight. A fight? Really? Yeah, a fight. Alright then, I'll grant your wish. As lightning starts to cross and Scar misses hand. But don't blame me if you get too injured. Whatever. Hey Midoriya, if you don't want to see this fight, just stay here. As the boat would head out. So what's the rules? Weapons or visions? How about both? I got a new weapon I just mastered recently. Immediately out of nowhere, an axe. Sorry, not an axe. I mean, a sight would then come out. Midoriya would be awed by the sight of how cool and awesome looking it was. It was definitely something unique. A sight. Alright then. You know I'm a catalyst user, right? Yeah, your point. So, for me it's the high ground. And you have already lost. Godly divinity. As thunder strikes within, as thunder strikes within almost hit her deadly. He would then dodge the attacks before he even pulls out his vision, covering his arm with Hydro, blocking it. That's an interesting move you got there. But coming back in hyper speed, like he was teleporting, you're still weak. Totally over then immediately gets sent flying before once again Scar moving himself at his speed, pulling his punches back this time. Damn, that hurt. I guess I have to go through it anyways. So he then takes his secondary boss form, also using lightning. Midoriya would be admired by this fight. Alright, let's go. At hyper speed they will be attacking. The only thing that we'll be seeing is purple and blue lightning with another purple lightning. Each of them hidden. So I know that technically his vision is animal, but we're forgetting something. But let's not forget something. This is still before the Shimaru Archon quest. So he hasn't unlocked the animal vision or gotten the blessing by the animal Archon. So currently he's using a delusion of Electro. It seems about fitting since we have only seen him use Electro more often than animal. I mean, I don't mind the whole, it has a lot of reasons, and it definitely like the fact that they're giving to the mythology. Okay, enough rambling. As in the end, he would be defeated. If I could just get another form activated. Another form? You have another one out. But I can't activate it. I see. That's why you're challenging me. You want that form to be activated. That was amazing, Midoriya would then say. Like your roommate liked it. Can you teach me how to use that sight? This weapon? Nataglia would then say, gladly. You're not the one to teach people. He seems strong. I want to fight him. And I want to fight him in his full mastery. And if he wants to learn a weapon mastery, he can learn it from me. Whatever. Scaramouche would start walking away. A disgrace to the Futuri anyways. Number 11. Can you train me? Sure. Meet me tomorrow. Well, Midoriya says, getting excited. Meanwhile, the metallic bird would then once again be looking at Midoriya, as Sanderone would then think, this is definitely getting a lot more interesting to watch. The Avengers are training him. He has managed to befriend Scaramouche, something I thought was impossible, and he seemed to be more powerful than he looks. He could see those things, even I couldn't. And again, Tartaglia and both me and Scaramouche is only stronger than me. And that boy is stronger than me combined. Three of them combined. If only they knew his full potential. I'm gonna be watching this for a while. As her eyes within glow with vigor and energy, wondering to see how powerful Midoriya gets and how strong he is. And I'm gonna leave it off for here. Original idea, first of all, let's get some cancel script ideas. Originally, I was actually gonna have the full fight between Scaramouche and Tartaglia, but then I realized that Tartaglia is probably not as strong as he is in the current movie, so it makes sense for him to lose. I think I was originally going to add the whole Tartaglia training session in this arc so that I can move on to a much more bigger part. But I wanted Scaramouche to be more of a focus in this arc, mostly because I wanted him to be in part 2 for a while. Another thing was that Sandaroni was actually going to be the original Harbins and I was gonna come to meet Midoriya. But I tried to push that away for a part 3 and part 4. Part 3 and 4 are gonna be a little bit more different from the other parts, so get ready for that. And yeah, I hope you guys like this part. Like, comment, share, subscribe, bye. This is the Ninja King, peace out, and see you in 3 days for the next what if part, whatever what if I decide to do. Mostly not this one because I'm still writing the script.